Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing good. So in this video, let me discuss two more problems with you in stacks and queues. Before that, let us talk about this ebook. This ebook is on data structures and algorithms. I'm sure all of you who are preparing for coding interviews need to learn that. So there are 90 plus DS Algo chapters in this book, plus 15 plus HR questions. And this ebook is written by a software engineer who has himself worked in many multinational companies, and he has gathered all his experience and written this ebook. It is in a very organized manner, very neat, and you can understand very well. Almost all the topics are covered, like sorting is there, searching, data structures like queues, stacks, linked list, tree data structures, non-linear, graph data structure, non-linear. So other methods like dynamic approach, dynamic programming approach, backtracking approach. So you can click on any one link and you will directly end up on that page, and you can see it is neatly written here with all the explanation and examples. It is clearly mentioned. He has taken a lot of effort. So please do check out. The link will be in the description. It is for a very affordable price. And please do not ask me, can you send the PDF? I am sorry, I cannot send the PDF. It is available for an affordable price only. Please do buy it if you're really interested. So let us see today's problem. Today's problem is, given an input stream of A, some wrong English is over here. Basically, we're given a stream of characters. We are given a stream of n characters of lowercase English alphabets. The task is to find the first non-repeating character each time a character is inserted into the stream. And if there is no non-repeating character, uh, we have to append hash symbol. We have to append the hash symbol. Otherwise, we have to append the non-repeating character, first non-repeating character. Basically, we have to form another string itself and return the answer. So how to solve this problem? Pause the video and try to do it by yourself. So guys, I hope you have tried the problem first by yourself. Let us take the test case example over here. The string is ABC, right? So now we should take this as a stream. So this is going to be stream of characters. So I'll write it neatly once. So this string is actually like a stream of characters. What does that mean? Initially A is in the stream, okay? So what is the first non-repeating character here? Of course, it is going to be A only. Then another A is inserted into the stream. So now we can observe that when another A is inserted, there is no first non-repeating character, because both the A's, like if the second A has been inserted, that means A has repeated. So there is no non-repeating character, and hence we have to what? We have to append the hash symbol. So this is hash. Now B character is inserted to the stream. So what is the first non-repeating character? It is going to be B, because A and A are repeating. See, A is repeating, so first non-repeating character is B. Now when C is inserted to the stream, which is the first non-repeating character? This is important to understand. Now C has been inserted. What is the stream now? AABC. Which is the first non-repeating character? It is still going to be B only. So this is what the problem is asking, and we have to output this string. So this will be our answer. A hash BB. Okay, so this was how we could approach the problem orally. How to get the answer now? How to make use of queue data structure over here? So obviously you would have understood either stack or queue. So queue data structure comes in handy for us. Why is that? Let us see. So I'll just erase all this. So I hope everybody knows that queue is a data structure which follows what? It follows first in, first out. So queue data structure, you should know this. This is basic, right? Queue data structure follows first in, first out. Whatever comes first, whatever that will only go out. So it's like a number of people standing in a queue. Whoever enters first will go out first. Okay. So we have to make use of this property. So what should we include in this algorithm? What approach we should do? We basically need two things. First of all, we need a queue. Second, we need a frequency array. Frequency array will store the frequency of all the characters as we traverse through the string. Queue will help us to store the character and get which character is the first non-repeating character. So let us see how it happens. So we have a queue over here. Okay, so we have a queue over here, and we also need a frequency array. We need a frequency array. So this is our frequency array. When okay, we are traversing the string now. We are traversing the string. So when we are traversing the string, what we should do? We encountered character A. So we should increase the frequency of A. So in the place of frequency of A, we will increase it to 1. Just imagine that is the place we are increasing it to 1. Now we will push that element into the queue. Okay, so we will push the element into the queue and the queue will look like this. So queue will have a character A. Now what we should do, we should find out the first non-repeating character. How to do that? Until the queue is not empty, listen to me carefully, until the queue is not empty and the front of the queue has a frequency, the front character present in the queue has a frequency which is not equal to 1, then we will keep popping out all the elements from the queue. I'll repeat that once again. Until the queue is not empty and the front character present in the queue, has a frequency not equal to 1, we will keep popping out, we will keep removing the elements from the queue. So that is how we are going to approach. So let us see. See, now queue contains the character A. Okay. So now we will check, is the frequency of A greater than 1? No, it is equal to 1. So we will stop checking and we will insert A into our answer string. We basically have to make a string which will represent the non-repeating character for all the n characters in the stream, right? So now we have got the first non-repeating character when character A has been inserted. So queue remains like that only. Now next iteration, again A will come and frequency of A will become 2. And inside the queue, we will push A. Now see, is the queue size empty? No. Is the front of the queue, that is the character in the front, having a frequency greater than 1? Is it having a frequency not equal to 1? I should say that. Is it having a frequency not equal to 1? Yes. See, now frequency of A has become 2. So we should pop out this element. So this element is popped out. So now again check for the front. Now what is the front A? Is the frequency of A 2? See, now we just because we popped out element, we should not change the frequency. The frequency array will remain like that only. We popped out a character A from the queue. That does not mean we should decrease the frequency. That is not our algorithm. So that is one important thing I want to tell here. See, now the front is A and frequency of A is not 2. Sorry, frequency of A is not 1, it is 2. So we will pop out A also. What is the purpose of using the queue here? It is not to keep a track of the frequency. That is why we have another array, frequency array. Purpose of the queue is to find out first non-repeating character. first non-repeating only. Frequency array is different. That is why we are traversing through the string. And that is why the time complexity of this solution will be 26 into length of the stream. Why 26? Because 26 possibilities, max to max 26 English alphabets are there, right? So 26 into n is the time complexity. So now see, the queue has become empty. That means there is no non-repeating character, and hence we have to append what? We have to append hash. So after this B character will be inserted into the queue. Now again B character is inserted, and algorithm will work. It will find out that B is the non-repeating character because frequency of the front part is non-zero. Sorry, frequency of front part is equal to 1. That is why it is the first non-repeating character. So when B is inserted, frequency becomes 1, and because frequency is 1, it will be inserted in the answer string like this. Now when C is there, when C comes, so frequency of C will become 1, but frequency of B, that is B is the front character. Front character frequency is equal to 1. That means it is still the first non-repeating character, and hence our final answer will be this. So I did a walkthrough, I mean a dry run for the test case. You can take some other examples and see, and you will get to know what is the idea. See the code now. I have taken a queue and a frequency array of length 26, initialized it to 0. Initially all frequency values are 0. I have taken an answer variable called string. Sorry, I've taken a string variable called answer, and now I am traversing through the string. So initially what I should do, first of all, increase the frequency of the character, of the current character, increase the frequency. That means we have traversed and got that, and push it to the queue. Just push it to the queue. Now check this. This is important. Until queue is not empty and frequency of the front character is not equal to 1, pop out or remove all those elements from the queue, because they will never be the first non-repeating character. Frequency is not equal to 1, right? If after all the operations are done and queue size has become 0, that means there is no non-repeating character, hence we should insert hash. Otherwise we should insert the front character, and finally return the answer string. So you can look at the code. I encourage you to code it by yourself. It is easy. It is an easy problem, not so hard. Actually, it belongs to medium. Yeah, medium because maybe this frequency array, maybe people will get confused. Frequency array is just to get frequency while we traverse the string. Q is for us to find out the first non-repeating element. So let us go to next problem. So guys, the next problem is called sort a stack. Actually, in the previous part, that is part 107, I think, there was a problem, reverse a stack using recursion. Some of you have just seen the video. Actually, there is a mistake in that. So I would really appreciate if you go back and check out what the mistake in that was. Something is really missing. So this, I'll come to that, what is missing. But first, let us see this problem. They're saying given a stack, sort all the elements such that top of the stack has the greatest element. So actually how I solved the problem when I did not think much. Actually over here they are saying expected time complexity is n square, and space complexity is O of n. So obviously it doesn't make so much sense, because you can just store it in a multi-set, or you can just store it in another vector and apply sorting and store it back into the stack or something like that. So that will become n log n time and O of n space. But the purpose of the problem is to do it with recursion. If you do it with recursion, then the time complexity becomes O of n square. So Actually, I had coded. See, you can look at this solution. Okay, this is straightforward. Anybody can do this. This is not a big deal. So the purpose of this problem is different actually. So what I have done is I have already coded some part and I will explain to you what is the purpose of this problem. So we are given a stack. So I have taken a stack and I have pushed some elements into the stack. Okay, some random elements I have pushed. Then I have called two functions, sort stack and reverse stack. Then I'm printing out all the elements of the stack. What is this function sort stack doing? So this function sort stack is for sorting the stack, but how is it happening? So to understand how it is happening, we should understand that there are two functions. See, the mistake I did in the previous video was when we have to reverse the stack elements, we also need another function which will help us to insert at the bottom. So if you look at the previous video and you run the code according to what I have done, you will get the same stack. You will not reverse the stack. You would have got the same stack. So that means if you write this much part of the code only, you will get the same stack. I mean, not this. If you, instead of this statement, I think I had written s dot push top. So if you write s dot push top instead of this statement, then there is no use. Why is this statement important? So let us see that. So, okay, so I'll take an example now. See, suppose the stack is like this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So suppose the stack is like this 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to reverse it. So when you print the elements, initially it will be like this, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. But I want to print 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to basically reverse the stack. How to do that? So what is the algorithm doing over here? Reverse. I'm only concentrating on reverse. I will come to sort. Because if you understand reverse, then you will also get sort. See, reverse, what is happening? It is first of all checking if the stack size is 0. It is not 0. Then it will take the top element, it will pop out. And then it will recursively do the same for the remaining stack. Okay. But we should insert the top element that we got at the bottom, right? So basically what we have to do, if you want to reverse this stack, this top element should come to bottom. Similarly, this should come here, this should go here, and this should go here, right? That's what should happen. So that is why we cannot push back the top element into the stack, otherwise it doesn't make sense. So this recursive part, what will it do? It will keep popping out the elements and the stack size will become 0 ultimately. And then this insert function will be called. When this insert function is called, then what is going to happen? Then this insert function C, if the stack size is 0, it will insert. Okay. If it is not a 0, it is going to perform insert operation on the current element again. That is why it is going to take O of n square time. For each element, it will perform the operation n times. See, this part is a little tricky because, and I can't explain clearly, this board is not enough. This board won't be enough. I have to perform so many iterations to tell you. So what I suggest is you just pause the video and look at this code and try to understand with this example as to what is exactly happening. I have given you the gist. You can rewind the video. I've given you the gist and you can understand what exactly is happening if you take some example. That was for reversing a stack. Now for sorting the stack, if you got this part, see, if you got this part, it will help you in understanding sorting a stack also. Now sorting a stack also, one more condition we are adding, that is this. See, in reversing a stack, when we're inserting the element in the bottom, again and again we have to insert in the bottom, that time the only condition is if the stack size is 0, then we directly insert. But for sorting, we have to check one more condition, that this element that you are going to insert is greater than the topmost element. Because in the problem over here, they are saying that we have to return the elements in decreasing order. That is why this condition is necessary. So pause the video and first of all understand what is happening here. See, we are calling one more function over here. So try to understand here what is happening. You can take this same example here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So see what is happening. So you can take some time and seeing it. We shall meet in the next video. We'll come out with different problems. Some tougher problems are there. Please share the channel with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Like the video if you like my work. And if I have time in the future, I'll make a full video. I don't think you need it for this problem. Maybe most of you have already done it, or you might not even have seen this part of the video. But still, if you want, I'll make a separate entire video. So that's all for this video. Take care, stay safe, keep learning, keep growing. Stay tuned. Bye.